Welcome back to Candy Adventures. I'm Chris.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And last video we left you at our Christmas episode, which we did around the Salton Sea and Salvation Mountain. And today we have moved a little bit and found this beautiful oasis that we are camped next to.
In the middle of a desert.
Because we film things in the future, this is actually our Christmas. So we wanted to film a Christmas episode, and Salvation Mountain is too good to pass up as you're coming through the area to do and kind of relate it to Christmas. But this is where we're spending it, and we wanted somewhere where we could go very cheaply and kind of relax for a little bit, get caught up on some work, apply for some more jobs, kind of keep off my foot for a while while we're still waiting on the podiatrist. And what a more amazing place than this right here. Now, even though the Salton Sea was Christmassy in spirit, this is more Christmassy in my head in the way it looks. So every Bible story you've ever read or everything, it all looks like this. It all looks like a desert oasis. And in fact, the more you research about it, these trees are actually not native to North America. They're native to the Middle East.
They're called salt cedar or tamarisk. And
it's all over. We have burros that walk past camp every morning. They come down here to drink water. And she doesn't know what to do about that, but bark. And they don't care at all.
No.
Donkeys do not care. And actually in the desert here, there's also a little fox we've been seeing, and it's called a kit fox. And it slinks around here in the evening, and it is very closely related to the fennec fox, very small, big-eared foxes.
So it feels regionally similar.
And while traditionally you think about Christmas as being, you know, at least in the West, as like snow and mountains, this is probably more realistically what Christmas would have looked like. Some Fertile Crescent, Nile Valley, riparian kind of
Christmas.
Christmas. The reason we picked this camp spot was right here. This is a makeshift boat ramp going down to this lake right here. It is steep and loose and rocky, and as you can see here, when we first came in, the little Honda Ridgeline, it struggles a little bit with its smaller tires, no true low range gear. If this gets stuck, we do have plenty of recovery gear to snatch it out with the actual truck. But you can see what we do have hiding down here is what Elizabeth just spent a few minutes putting together, and that is our folding canoe. All right, it floats so far. That's good. It's been stored in the back of our other boat while we've been work camping. So always nice to know that it floats.
The last time we used that was actually back in Florida for catching blue crab, so it's collected a bit of dust, but it still works, still floats.
But anyway, we're gonna hop down here into this lake and at least cast once or twice and see if we can get a catch and cook going. And if we can't, we do have plenty of actual, just regular food to cook, but I would love to pull a fish out of here because in this little lake, there are striper, catfish, and all kinds of black bass species and sunfish. And I would love to pull any one of those out of here and eat it for dinner.
We're not very picky here. We always just want one fish. That's our goal for every time we're on a boat, is one fish.
We do have Mona tied up there in the shade. Well, actually she's laying in the sun because she's been swimming and she's trying to dry off. If we leave her untied, she will try to swim after us and get in the boat, and that becomes just a calamity. So
she has serious FOMO when it comes to going on the boat. She wants to go so bad that she'll just actually follow the boat all the way out.
all right, so we're just gonna drop a piece of bait on here like this, and that's pretty much it. We caught striper like this in Lake Powell, basically just on a jig head to get it down there in some depth, and a piece of cut bait. So we'll see what happens. Maybe catfish, maybe nothing. Fishing going on. There's some kind of fish hitting the top a lot. I think it's carp or something. But Successful with the weather and unsuccessful with the fishing.
The weather is nice. It's been really windy the past couple days we've been here, like gusts of 30 miles per hour. And today is 0 wind, and it is sunny and beautiful. Jointed baby bass lure. Never steered you wrong. This feels a lot like saltwater fishing, where you have mullet hitting the surface everywhere, and it makes you so excited to go catch fish because there's fish jumping everywhere, but there's no chance that you're catching mullet on the line. Whatever's jumping in here is not wanting anything that we have either.
I think we're going to paddle back across this lake back towards our camper, which is maybe 15 minutes of paddling back that direction, and figure something else out. We're going to have to punt on dinner, so no catch and cook today. So we'll have to figure out something else for dinner.
You're the mitochondria of this boat.
All right, so we got our canoe safely tucked up here, but I think we are going to head to take a little trip. We always like to get a lay of the land when we get somewhere new, kind of figure out where other people are, what's around you. And the best way to do that out here on these desert roads where these vehicles all have to go like 4 or 5 miles an hour, you can do 15 miles an hour on this. So I think we're going to use our dual sport, our little CRF 300L here, and take it out into the desert and kind of get a feel of where we are. I need to get my little daddy hot short shorts off. My little teeny tiny shorts that I wear. And I think we're going to put some jeans and boots on and then head out on our CRF. So the fishing wasn't too great in that little pond. That's right on the verge of a lake and a pond. So I think what we're gonna do is this gravel road will lead you back to the Colorado River, like the Colorado River proper. And we wanna put our motorboat in there. So I think we're gonna go kind of scout that a little bit and see if there's a place to drop the boat in the water while we stop some sunlight.
Let's see.
Let's
where
go.
The trails go. There's like no indication that there's water anywhere around until you get over this hill, and then you just see this.
Although paintings on the tomb do the sand dance, don't you know? If they move too quick, oh, well, they're falling down like a domino. All the bizarre men by the Nile, they got the money on the bed. Go crocodiles, oh, well, snap the teeth on your cigarette.
Super surreal from some people who predominantly grew up on the East Coast to be just gallivanting through the desert on a dual sport looking at burros, and then you come to this.
Like there's palm trees and reeds and like next to desert mountains. It's such a stark contrast. Very, very cool though, very pretty.
This is what I imagine, again, I keep saying like the Middle East or Egypt, kind of like the dawn of civilization. This is what I think of when I think about Egypt and the pyramids and the Nile, and these reeds look like, you know, if you wanted to put your kid in a basket, you know, your baby, you might build a little basket that floats out of these reeds and then push your baby into the river here. This looks like a good place for that. It was an extremely enjoyable dual sport ride coming through the desert back here to get us here, but I do not want to bring the boat on the trailer down this road. That took us about 30 or 45 minutes on the dual sport going, you know, 20 miles an hour the whole way. The truck or the Honda The little trucklet would probably be doing 4 or 5 miles an hour at most, and 1 and 2 miles an hour through a lot of that. So I think we're going to find a different place to launch our boat, but this is good. That's what's awesome about these dual sports, is it gives you a super fast reconnaissance platform that you can go check things out, because we didn't know what this looked like. On the map, it looked like, oh, it doesn't look too bad, but then you actually ride it and you're like, there's no way if we would have got halfway down that with a truck and trailer, that would have been really miserable.
What we do see, though, is that just on the other side of these reeds, because this is a lake, is the Colorado River.
So I think the current plan, looking at the maps, is to get the big boat in the water, well, big for us, is to launch it somewhere closer to where we're camping, and then cover all the ground that we just covered on the motorcycle would be covering it on the boat coming up the Colorado River. I think that's the current plan.
This whole lake is filled with all of these birds that look like ducks, but they're not. They're American coots, which are described as plump chicken-like birds that are not ducks. They don't have webbed feet like ducks. They look more like fat chicken feet. But they eat all of the vegetation in marshes and ponds and make little fun sounds. Chris? They're so cute.
That earns a thumbs down.
That was a good pun!
Thumbs down is the highest form of dissatisfaction or disrespect that I can give. Yeah, that is.
Now we gotta ride all the way back out.
See if we can beat that sun going down so we don't wind up tangling with a burro in the middle of the road at night.
Walk like an Egyptian. Blonde waitresses take their tray, spin around and they cross the floor. They've got the move. Oh, well, drop your drink, then they bring you more. Old school kids so sick of books, they like the punk and the metal bands. When the buzzer rings, oh, well, they're walking like an Egyptian.
Good morning. We got our coffee going. We have our e-bikes on the charge. We're taking advantage, spoiling ourselves and using a little bit of generator today and charging up both of our bikes. And I think we're going to have to go refill our propane tank and water and dump some trash. And really, this is all just an excuse to go to town, because featuring the Mediterranean or the Middle Eastern theme, how the plants and animals look like that and are from here. Also, there are date palms here, and there are lots of signs for this establishment that sells date milkshakes, which that's all this amazing. All this is an excuse to go into town just so we can get date milkshakes, because it's the Christmas season and we're treating ourselves.
We just had a boring dinner last night of ramen, nothing fun that we wanted to share with you guys. So while we're in town, we're going to be exploring a grocery outlet, because we know on this channel that we're always on a tight budget, so why not get near expired or expired groceries? And they always have something fun there.
And a date milkshake.
And a date milkshake.
And then right here we have set up, this is our workout station.
Pull-up bar says you, push-up bar says I. Look at that.
We did go to a podiatrist. I am running on a cortisone injection. He said there is a small broken bone in there and maybe a detached ligament. So I have my foot all taped up with some KT tape, some kinesiology tape, and all kinds of padding in here. But still got to try to exercise a little bit. So let's go limp through the desert. All right, we're all showered up and we are headed into the big city. And while we're gone, we're gonna let the solar, because we have really good sun today, and we have our EBJ, which is Ebike Juice. So we have our Ebike Juice going, charging up our e-bikes from our solar array over here. We only have 200 watts. So we're gonna hop into our little truck, and let our solar panels do the work while we are running errands. We found a pretty cool spot where we're currently camped. I know we haven't showed you exactly where yet, and that's partially because we don't know how long we're going to be here, but the road is a little bit rocky, and what that has done is given us the ability to be alone. we haven't seen any other people. In this area, there's lots of little clumps of like, you know, people get together and there's a nice flat spot to put your RV, and then the next day someone parks beside you. You'd have to have some kind of maybe like overlanding trailer or something if I was going to pull a trailer down here.
Yeah.
So the truck camper has really afforded us the ability to, like, again, separate from people, which is really awesome. I know this is actually the Christmas season, and that's not the Christmassy thing to want. But for this Christmas, I just want to be alone in the desert. I know we already mentioned this, but we have some friends coming to visit us. So we kind of need to go a little extra. I put the cooler in the back of the truck, and hopefully we can get some, maybe some perishable food that we can feed to them.
Not canned or?
We're talking real, you know, fresh, maybe frozen, but some raw meat or some vegetables.
Wow.
You know, so we've been going exclusively canned for probably a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, almost a month now.
So we're gonna get some fresh. We might spoil them with some fresh, make them think that we are a little less trashy than we are for the season. Hi.
Hi.
All right, that was a bit of a rock bottom swing and a miss.
Everything online, including their sign and Google reviews, said that they had date shakes.
They did not, and
No.
when I asked that question, it felt very dumb because they obviously had no milkshake machines or ice cream or food in there. So to walk into a building and
It
ask
looks like
them,
a corporate building almost, and then it had like one tiny table of like containers of dates that you could get. So that was.
I felt really dumb just now. Yeah, just to walk into a business that obviously is not a restaurant, ask for a milkshake, and they just like turn your tail and walk back out of there is rock bottoming. You're rock bottoming. I am. But there is another place that the lady was kind enough to say there is another place that has date milkshakes, so we might go check that out. All right, this is take 2 of trying to procure a delicious desert oasis date dessert.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Do y'all have milkshakes?
Yes, we do have date shakes,
Can-
but you can have it without a date.
Can I get, I guess, 2 of the date milkshakes?
Date one?
Yeah. 3,000 varieties of dates.
Yeah, that's what I feel like this area. It feels just like we're in the Fertile Crescent.
Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Looks delicious. Tastes like Christmas.
Whoa.
In my head where we're staying reminds me of this. There's donkeys, there's dates, palm trees, desert. Feels more like this.
That's probably one of those tamarisk trees right there. Little salt cedar tree.
I've seen enough movies to where in my head this just feels like this is a very pretty place and it's very quiet and very peaceful, and these date shakes are absolutely delicious. But I feel like I'm in a Scarface movie or like a drug deal gone bad. There's gonna be a shootout here. They got the fountain, very pretty, and the palm trees and the,
Oh, I
the
see.
outdoor covered porch,
The
and the tile,
veranda.
the veranda.
All right, we'll see you at the discount grocery.
Also, that shirt she's wearing is for sale in our merch shop.
Oh yeah,
If you're interested,
it's one of my
rainbow
favorite
trout
shirts.
with a little booty, riding a CRF
The
dirt
little
bike.
booty. Popping little booty.
Shameless plug. We're at the grocery store for food.
Specifically, the salvage outlet grocery. We try to find these wherever we go because it is food at a very large discount.
I love it. I feel like I'm treasure shopping. I'm like treasure hunting, and
Yeah.
because it's something new every time. There's 4 bars in here. At the gas station or a regular grocery store, these are like $4 a piece, and there's 4 bars in here for $2. And these have less than 1 gram of sugar and 20 grams of whey protein in them. So we love these. Super cheap way to get your protein while you're living with no refrigeration.
It's funny, like, so these are marketed as protein bars, but if you look at the protein content one bar is only 5 grams of protein, and the first ingredients are syrup and brown rice.
Yeah, and then way back in here you get some whey protein.
Yeah.
If you buy this in a regular store, this cereal is like $7 or $8 a box. It's 50 cents a box here. But I will warn you, as someone who's tried almost all of these keto whey protein cereals that don't have any grains in them, this is the worst flavor. This flavor literally tastes like soap.
It tastes like soap. Yeah.
But all the other flavors of this brand, this Wonderworks, Keto Wonderworks,
it's better.
Is much better.
But that's probably why it's discounted too. Look at this. What packs are on? 50 cents.
I love these chocolates. I just eat them like candy. They are like candy. And 2 for
Buy
$1.
2 for $1, get 1 free. So 3 for $1.
Oh, that's a pretty solid deal.
Missing out on the best deal in this whole store. $14.99 for an entire case of corn dogs.
We had somewhere to put them. Pretty good. Cart for $56.
Whoa.
That's a lot of food for $56. Made it back from camp. Just a little after sunset. Got every light in the house is on in our little camper here. Now let's see what we got from the super fun treasure hunting grocery store that we can prepare for dinner. We found this Bible bread. It was only like $1. This Ezekiel bread from sprouted grains. I guess it's unleavened bread from the Bible. We're going to give that a shot. It was only $1.50 and should be a little bit healthier option, maybe. We'll see. And I think we're going to do it with some turkey burger patties that we also got. So nothing out of a can today. They also had Ezekiel bread tortillas, which that's a real fusion of cultures there. Gotta give a little extra olive oil on these. These are 93 or 7% lean turkey burgers, so not a lot of fat in them. So pretty heavy-handed on the olive oil with them. We have some whipped salted butter, which I absolutely love whipped butter. It's my favorite thing on planet Earth. And we have some of this, which we store this non-refrigerated, old school style. We never refrigerate our butter. We're in cowboy country. I do a weird thing where I like to theme things and eat things that are in the area. And so Young Guns, we're in the desert Southwest. Young Guns is an awesome movie. And so I got this Young Gun hot sauce, this big jug of it for $1.50. So I think that should be pretty good to go on top of it. We're still going to have hot brown. This is still going to be hot brown.
It's going to be the brownest buns with brown middle. Yeah.
I can't get away from my cooking style. It's just going to be hot brown again. All right, we got some of these big old pickle pieces we'll put on here. We have a huge assortment of packeted condiments that we're still working our way through. So I'm going to put some mayonnaise on here. I know I say we're staying away from the seed oils, but here I am using plenty of seed oils in this packeted mayonnaise. Look at all that hot brown. Glug a little of this hot sauce on here. There we go, and that's it. It's hot brown, but it's fresh hot brown.
I think the bread is really good. Kind of just tastes like a whole wheat bun. It doesn't taste any different.
Did you get double?
I got double bottom, and you got double top. You got double the sesame.
Oh, that's why. That's why. This is a special burger. This looks like something from a Japanese McDonald's or something. That's a lot of sesame. I'm gonna enjoy that. And then tomorrow, our friends are coming, so we have to clear out of them a little space tomorrow. A little space so that they can pull in camp. So we've got to get that together. I think we got to get the donkey poop gone for them so they have a nice place. And so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny day. We've only had one snafu this morning. We got up. As you can tell, we're showered. If you can see the volume in my hair. It's because we had a shower. And
wow.
What happened during the showers, we realized our shower was leaking. We figured out if you are a North Star truck camper owner, this cushion reveals
access port.
the back of your shower so you can access the fittings. That took me about an hour to figure out. But it's hidden because this button pops off. You have a button top with a screw on it. You undo that screw and you can get to your shower. So we need to go get a new shower replacement. We'll probably do that when we go back to town.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow or the next day
But
when we need more water.
Because our shower's leaking inside, luckily we have a backup shower, which is outside. Here.
Wha-bam.
So this is the outdoor shower. I think the last time we used this, you were naked on a beach.
I think so. Maybe Baja or maybe Texas.
But we have hot and cold water out here, and then you can be naked outside with a cover. And in the bottom, to stay out of the mud, is a tote that we stand in. And it's actually kind of interesting because you get a direct visual of how much water you're using.
And it helps you wash your feet.
Yeah.
And keep them clean. And then you have a little place to stand off here that you can rinse off with the shower water so you're not straight into the dirt again. Then you slip your shower shoes on
shower shoes.
and back into the camper. So this actually works out really, really nice. I prefer this when it's warm outside.
Yeah.
Keeps all the humidity, and if there's any water leaks or you splashing around, keeps it all outside and you have more space. And then I have the grill set out so we can fix them some hamburgers so they don't have to eat canned meat with us.
But behind here,
Yep, is where they shall park. And they have a nice little view of the lake.
which overnight went down.
Yeah, it kind of vanished. You can see the canoe from yesterday when we were canoeing. It was right on the water, and now there's this gap about that much to the water.
It's
So
a big mud flat.
The water drained a lot. They use this for irrigating crops, and sometimes overnight when they need more irrigation, your water goes back. So that was fascinating this morning. And they have their own little water access right here. Look how cool that is. They just have to get around this mesquite tree here, right here, with the little thorns in it. But that's super nice, and it's very close to our
us.
site. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for us today. We have incoming friends, and we need to go meet them. Where we're at is not really like on a road sign or road map, so we need to go out back to some pavement and pick them up. And I think they just messaged, so we're going to cut this video a little bit short and go get our friends. And we'll see you guys next video where we might be getting on that Colorado River with the boat. Finally getting this thing in the water, because it's not been in the water for a few months now.
And it'll be worth it dragging it all across the desert just for this, right?
I don't know. But I do know that I will see you guys next video. Ciao, Bella.
Oh boy.
Turn it off or on?
Still recording. That was the DJI turning itself off.